Hey, it's Dr. There were 5 things to do after the death of a loved one, and there's so many more. I see a lot of responses to people when they're saying, hey, I just lost this person or that person, and I really don't know what to do. Here's 5 things, but there's so many more. Number one, the first thing that I'm always talking about is grieving. There's no time limit. Don't allow anybody to rush you. You grieve the way you want to grieve. That could be sitting with your emotions, crying, feeling numb, whatever the 5 stages of grief that you go through. And that leads me to number 2 is try to create a new routine, just to kind of change your thought process for the moment. Like if you used to drive to work one way, drive another way. If you used to eat at the same place every day for lunch, try a different place. It's just kind of getting your mind, strengthening your mind, I would say. And that leads me to number 3 is recognize your triggers. Recognize when you are triggered by something that reminds you of that deceased person. That's going to be a part of your grieving process. That's going to help. Say, for instance, you smell a certain dish and that reminded you of something your mom or your dad used to cook and it was their favorite dish. Sit in that emotion, understand how that made you feel and all of those things. And that leads me to number 4, talk about those memories. A lot of us feel like when somebody dies, it's a taboo to talk about them, like put them away, like they didn't exist. They did exist. That's why you're in pain. Talk about them, love on them, remember them. And that leads me to number 5, self-care, self-care, self-care. Self-care. Make sure you're doing something once a week for yourself. That maybe it's walking on the beach or taking a walk around your neighborhood, reading a new book, a bubble bath, something to give yourself kind of a hug. This is hard. There's no roadmap. Personalize this to your own self, your own experience. All right. Praying for everybody who's lost anyone.